Hey guys, Chris here. Been wanting to make a video, a long video in fact, for a while. Just basically explaining how I came to be trans. A trans guy, trans man even. And I wanted to talk about how I knew and when it all started from the beginning. So this is going to be a long video. So yeah. So it all started really like since I was a kid, but until I was a teenager I didn't really know. I didn't understand why I felt different from everybody else. I was always into football, and don't get me wrong, I wore feminine clothes, but I was still into football. I remember when I was younger, in primary school, I think I must have been maybe 7 or 8, and I went to the toilet and I tried to stand up and be like a guy, and I couldn't understand why I couldn't do it. And then obviously I got wet pants because it went everywhere. And then growing up I was always football mad. Before I went to secondary school I played footy with all the guys. And then in my teenage years I had quite a few problems. And it kind of hid the fact that I was trans. It was as if it pushed it all to the back of my mind, and this problem overtook it. But I was still into football and everything like that. I looked at the guys and thought, well, hang on, I should be doing what they're doing. It's a bit complicated actually, thinking back. So yeah, I had some problems, which I got sorted out last summer, and then really since last summer that's when it's all come out. And all the feelings just came to me. It was because I didn't have this problem overlapping me being trans anymore. Not that I knew it was trans back then, I was transgender, but I didn't have it overlapping everything. So I was able to figure out and kind of get help with one problem, and then all my feelings about being trans that I thought I was in the wrong body then came through. And now being able to sort that out is helping me with my life. I'm able to move on and try and be who I want to be, who I believe I should be, instead of stuck in such female body. I can now be who I want to be, start hormones, start testosterone, or as we call it, T, hopefully the beginning of next year, between January and March, I'm hoping. And I think it kind of progressed since then, since last summer. I started thinking of a name last October, and when I was at work, I always used to, get little bits pieces of paper, and I just used to write my name down. But I'd write the name that I wanted down, which was Chris. I'd write that down instead of my old name. So I started kind of thinking about my name last October. And I mean, some people ask me, well, how do you know what name you wanted? It sounds corny, but I looked in the mirror and I saw Chris. Or Christopher, as I like to be called as well. I saw Chris. There were other names that I was thinking of, Danny and Matt, and if I'd have been born a boy, actually biologically a boy, I would have been called Timothy, which I don't really like that name. I can't believe my mum would have called me that if I were born biologically male. So yeah, I was kind of thinking about that since last October. So it's a year now, actually, in fact. 'Cause it's 11th of October today. Bought my first binder in November. I think it was just after my birthday. My birthday's on 14th of November. And it was just after my birthday that I bought my first binder. Bought it from Tea Kingdom. Took a while to come because I believe, is it in Hong Kong? It's somewhere around that region, I believe. So it took a couple of weeks to come. And I bought, which one did I buy? I bought Style 1700, which I've actually got it here to show you guys. For a first binder, this is brilliant actually. Now, I got the long version of it. It had brilliant reviews. So that's the long one. As you can see, hang on, let me just put my camera on. As you can see, it's got Velcro there. And then it's got the longer bit at the bottom. That was really comfy to wear. It's a brilliant binder. For a first binder, it was brilliant. It's a really good one, in fact. But I mean, when I started wearing it, I found that this bit at the top used to slide down quite a bit, which then throughout the day my chest wouldn't look as flat as, you know, first thing in the morning. So then what I decided to do, it was a bit more painful, but what I decided to do was put on my sports bra and then put this on top. And this, that binder actually helped to, it actually, I felt a lot more confident because I was able to get a flatter chest. So that was the first binder that I bought. I think it was about £50 in British money. Yeah, I think it was £55 in British money, which obviously is a lot to pay. But at that time, I'd just gone 21, so I have a job, so I was able to buy it. And yeah, like I said, for a first binder, it was really good. I like the longer bit below my chest because it covered up my stomach, and I'm not the slimmest of people. But at the moment I am going to the gym and trying to get slimmer. But it was able to cover up my stomach area. Again, getting more confidence back. So that was the first one that I got. I wore that for a couple of months. I don't wear it anymore now, simply because I've got other ones now. So then it got to earlier this year, January, February time. I discovered Underworks. Now, at the moment, Underworks is fantastic. It's one of the best websites I've been on. I currently have 3 binders from them. 2 are the same model, and one's a long version. And I'm just about to go on to explain that now.